Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tall Amboy.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett. A former deputy for the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Department is facing federal prison time after pleading guilty to violating the civil rights of a woman.
He also pleaded guilty to obstructing justice. According to a news release from the U.S. Department of Justice, it happened on April 30th, 2023. Deputy Michael Martinez arrested the woman while driving for intoxicated and careless driving. After taking her to a clinic for medical clearance, he handcuffed her and put her in his patrol car where he sexually assaulted her. After taking her to the Doña Ana County Jail, he went back and tried to destroy the video system that recorded the inside of his car. A date for his sentencing has not been set. Martinez faces up to 10 years in prison. Alkadi Shursat is next with your first look at weather.
Thanks, Tal. It's a beautiful, beautiful sun-shining day here in Las Cruces. Take a look here outside of our campus right now. Sun is shining bright and the heat is saying less. You already know. So taking a look into those current conditions today, skies are mostly sunny, beautiful temperature at 87 degrees. Humidity coming from the west at 8 miles per hour. Winds coming at you from 8 miles per hour, sorry. Humidity at 8%, a dew point at 20 degrees, and that leaves our barometer at 30.01. Taking a deeper look into those high temperatures today, we had a high of 89 degrees, an average of 81, so still kind of getting warmer here, and then a low of 59. So we're still kind of chilly here in the evening still. Our record highs, we had a high of 93 in 1965 and a low of 35 in 1968. There's no chance of rain for today considering those nice and shining skies, but today we have no chance of rain, and that leaves our yearly rainfall at 0.83. That's all I have for your current conditions. Tall, Jenny, back to you.
It's been 29 years since Tejano and Latin pop music star Selena was murdered by her agent.
But Selena's music and her personal style still reverberate, especially here in the borderland. Today, NMSU Chicanx programs honored her trajectory, music, and talent. Many NMSU students enjoyed delicious Mexican food while watching a Selena tribute artist perform some of Selena's most famous songs. There was also a giveaway for a bunch of Selena goodies, including posters, a blanket, and more.
To put this event together because we wanted to bring organizations from the community to share resources.
Everyone had fun singing and dancing to Selena's music, and make sure to follow NMSU Chicanx on Instagram for upcoming events.
Despite widespread fear, the housing market is getting stronger, sort of. According to government data released Tuesday, sales of newly built homes in the U.S. surged 8% during the month of March. That's the strongest monthly sales hike since December of 2022, and well above many economists' expectations. However, the same was not true for existing homes. The sale of older, established homes fell over 4%, the sharpest drop in more than a year.
Now, initial filings for unemployment benefits in New Mexico rose last week. The U.S. Department of Labor said last Thursday new jobless claims, a proxy for layoffs, increased by 10 in the span of a week. U.S. unemployment claims remained the same at around 200,000 last week. Connecticut saw the largest percentage increase in weekly claims, with claims jumping by 56%. Delaware, meanwhile, saw the largest percentage drop in new claims, dropping by 65%. Now, in California, manufacturers who make corn tortillas and other foods could soon be required to add folic acid.
Folic acid is a vitamin that reduces the likelihood of birth defects and helps babies develop. According to state public health data, Latinas are at a higher risk of having children born with birth defects. That's why a California lawmaker is pushing a bill that requires manufacturers of corn masa flour to also add folic acid. Research says it can prevent birth defects by as much as 70%. Stay tuned. Alkadi will be back with your national weather forecast.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Tuesday,
where news matters. When you think of yoga, you might think of slender young people who are in good shape, but that's not always true. Unity Church in downtown Las Cruces hosts a yoga class named after professional wrestler Diamond Dallas Page. The class has several ways to stretch and relax. The first hour, all yoga is done on a chair, and the second hour, a more traditional yoga session takes place on mats. The instructor says there's a reason the class is growing.
to help people who are hurting out there, especially seniors and veterans. There's a lot of veterans that are hurting real bad.
He looks forward to continuing their yoga classes and encourages people to check them out.
Now, Tal, I hope it doesn't get that hot here anytime soon.
That is true. Can you tell us about our national weather forecast, Alkadi?
You bet I can, and you sure as heck that is gonna get hotter up in here. So 91 degrees here in El Paso and 91, same conditions as well in Lubbock. 96 in Phoenix as well. Isn't that crazy? It's getting super hot. I'm super excited for a nice sunshining day at the pool. So on our lowest temperature is in International Falls at 51 degrees. That's all I have for my national forecast. So let's take a look at that next map. So severe thunderstorm forecast around Dodge City and Oklahoma City and Amarillo, Texas. Nothing to be too worried about, but there are possible and likely thunderstorms to be seen throughout this week. Taking a look at my next map. And last not least, by Thursday afternoon, storms could fire east by the dry line on Oklahoma City and Lubbock. Expect large hail with damage and a few tornadoes as well. Stay tuned for more details next week for severe weather reports, but that's all I have for your national forecast. But stay right there. I will have your local forecast after the break. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Alkadi Shirsa, and let's go ahead and take a look at that national forecast. So right now in Farmington at 84 degrees, Santa Fe at 76 degrees, and Rio Doso at 78, Roswell at 95 degrees. Isn't that crazy how close we are? And then 89 in Las Cruces, and last but not least, Deming at 87 degrees for today. Taking a look into tomorrow's temperatures, same but different. A high of 82 in Farmington, Santa Fe at 74 degrees, Rio Doso at 74 degrees as well. Roswell a little bit cooler at 88 degrees. Las Cruces at 89 degrees, and last but not least, Deming at 86. Taking a look deeper into those neighboring cities, Alamogordo will have a low of 58 tonight with clear skies, and tomorrow a high of 84 degrees with sun and partially cloudy skies as well. Taking a look tonight for Truth or Consequences, we'll have a low of 53 with clear skies, and tomorrow a high of 85 with partially sunny and sunshine skies. And then tonight in Silver City, we'll have a low of 49 degrees with partially cloudy skies, and tomorrow we'll have a high of 76 with some shining and clouds as well. And then last but not least, tonight for Las Cruces, we'll have a low of 59 with clear skies, and tomorrow a high of 89 with partial clouds here and there. But that's all I have for your local forecast, but I'll end the show with your 5-day forecast after the show. Back to the desk for more news.
And Victor Fierro is next with sports.
Thanks, Tal. Coming up in sports, the Aggies are preparing to take on the Arizona Wildcats tomorrow night. You can toss that remote because News22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time to kick it with Vic. The Aggies are in for a challenge tomorrow night as they prepare to face the 16th ranked Arizona Wildcats. Last weekend, the Aggies got off to a slow defensive start, allowing the FIU Panthers to score 10 runs before finding their groove and belting out 11 answered runs to take the lead. Despite the comeback, the Panthers managed to close out the Aggies 13-11 in extra innings. The Aggies had a similar outing on Saturday and Sunday but fell short of getting the win. The Aggies will now test their luck against a nationally ranked team. Turning it over to softball, the Aggies are taking a short break before they face Louisiana Tech this weekend. Last weekend, the Aggies played the Liberty Flames and gave them quite the outing through most of the night, but fell short 8-7 in the first game. In the second game, the Aggies defense made it tough for the Flames offense to get anything going and won 6-2. Ending the weekend with a final game on Sunday, the Flames responded and avenged their Saturday loss, defeating the Aggies 4-3 and winning the series 2-1. Continuing with softball, a member of the team won her 5th CUSA Freshman of the Week award. Desiree Spearman has had quite the season in her first year with the Aggies. Being a two-way player, she has an 8-2 record as a starting pitcher and an ERA of 2.9. As a batter, she started in all 32 games she's played in, has an OPS of 1.377, a batting average of 371, and has hit 15 home runs and has 35 RBI. With the Aggies down to their last 6 games, Spearman looks to add on to her resume before the conference tournament in 2 weeks. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Alcati will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast. But first, some rock royalty are finally getting their day. More on that when News 22 continues.
Alcati, seems like it's warming up. What do the next 5 days look like?
Nothing to be worried about for this week. Our highest being 89 degrees tomorrow and our lowest being 50 degrees on Sunday. High of 80s throughout the week and lower 50s throughout a pretty cool weekend for a nice picnic. That's all I have for your 5-day forecast. Jenny, Tal, back to you.
Seems like it's warming up. And that's all for News 22 Tuesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news. I'm Tal Lamboy.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett, and from the whole News 22 team, Tal, Alcati, Vic, and myself, good night.
This news brief in Español is brought to you by Noticias 22, Spanish language news for southern New Mexico and West Texas. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Andrea Vázquez y estas son las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. Un ex oficial del condado Doña Ana se enfrenta a pena de prisión penal tras declararse culpable de agresión sexual. El incidente ocurrió en abril del año pasado. La prensa del Departamento de Justicia de los Estados Unidos anunció un accidente que ocurrió el 30 de abril de 2023. Michael Martínez detuvo a una mujer por conducir bajo los efectos del alcohol y de manera imprudente. Tras llevarla a una clínica para darle atención médica, la esposó y en su coche la agredió sexualmente. Después de llevarla a la cárcel del condado de Doña Ana, Martínez volvió e intentó destruir el sistema de video que grababa el interior de su coche. No hay una fecha para su sentencia. Martínez se enfrenta hasta 10 años de prisión. A través de su música y estilo personal, Selena es un ícono de la cultura latinex y es considerada la reina del tejano. Selena se ganó el corazón del público, tanto de chicos como de grandes, durante su breve pero impactante carrera musical. Hoy el programa de NMSU Chicanx honra su trayectoria, música y talento. Muchos estudiantes de NMSU disfrutaron de una deliciosa comida mexicana mientras vieron la actuación. También hubo un sorteo de un montón de regalos de Selena. Los premios incluyen carteles, una manta, entre otras tantas cosas. Todos se divirtieron cantando y bailando de su música de una manera agradable en una tarde para los estudiantes. Para estar al tanto de eventos como este, pueden seguir a NMSU Chicanx en Instagram. Esto fue todo por mi parte, que pasen un lindo martes.